Yo guys, what's going on? I know you guys have waited for a long time for this video, but we finally got it. It's the Dart Zone Max Nitro Shot, the Venom Pro. 7 darts per second, looks like it takes a LiPo. From what I've heard, it's pretty good, and they even show you the internals on the front of the box. Very, very cool. You can see everything that it comes with on the back. Looks like it has like a pop-out target on the inside of this. That's pretty cool, I guess. And yeah, it looks like it comes with their new darts. And it comes with 2 magazines as well, which is pretty cool. So, not much else I can really say about that. We'll just get into the unboxing right now. So, in the top, you see we have the instructions right away there. It's pretty handy for people. I'm guessing it's basically the same as what was on the outside. Yeah, just have a little look in there, see if there's anything different. Inside is the French stuff, and then the English stuff's on the outside. Yeah, show you all that on there. And then it talks about the battery and stuff as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And opening it up, we get all the parts in there just like that. Very, very cool. Looks like it's all clipped in and taped in, so we'll skip past that and I'll show you the stuff inside the box. Okay, so all the contents are outside the box now, and I've just returned everything back into, all the packaging back into its box. The great thing as well, the battery comes in its own box as well inside, just to make sure it's safe. That's pretty cool. Top marks in the packaging, by the way. This is like premium, really nice packaging. It's some of the best I've seen. Not compared to the BK though. The BK one was kind of like an airsoft gun. This is more of a product type of deal, but like a in-store shells product. But in terms of that, it's amazing quality. But yeah, these are the magazines, just like the Nightingale magazines. Very good quality, just like the Nexus Pro X mags. But what I did find is these feed lips have a tendency to actually crack if you drop them, so be careful with dropping your magazines. I've had my Nexus Pro X mag cracked along, one of them cracked along there, so yeah. And you get 2 mags, which is really good as well. Comparing the new Nitro Dart to something older, I think these are the cherry ones that came with the Solo, and you can see they're pretty much the same. The only difference is it has an extra band in the middle. So yeah, the feel of the pistol doesn't feel too bad. I haven't put the battery in yet. Very, very high beaver tail. A lot of beaver tails on real pistols kind of end more flush with your hand. This one's much lower down. It makes it look like the person holding it wrong. There's no real way to sort of change that. But yeah, the grip's fairly comfortable. The front sight is further forward and further back than what it should be, so I'll just put it to where it should be. But yeah, the overall build quality of it is really nice. There's detailing on both sides of it. Very nice. And you see we've got a sling loop here if you wanted to have it from a sling. The sight picture's pretty good. It's a pretty small front sight. Expected it to be more taller, but that's not too bad. Obviously this is a Picatinny rail, so you can put a red dot on here, or even something much larger like an actual big optic. You can see that the flywheels stick out of the right side and not on the left, but there is holes to let air in. So I will say be careful when you're playing in the rain, because I think quite easily moisture could get in there. We've got a safety on one side only. Now I can see now, so the trigger kind of releases a little bit. Yeah, you've got to really push that in. There's actually quite a strong spring in there. So that is kind of designed so you hold it tight, and then when you want to fire, you just sort of squeeze your thumb in a bit more. It's not like the 1911 one where you try and activate it as soon as you hold it, but you can do that. As soon as you grip the pistol tightly, it starts to rev, so that'll be quite good. But I really like the aesthetics of this. It's kind of like a Halo Magnum in some sense. It's definitely a lot larger than the Diana, but this isn't using the same technology as the Diana, so I have to sort of give it leeway on that. And plus the price of this as well. You could get two of these for the price of one Diana. Looks like they learned from the mistakes of the Diana, because the battery door was always a problem. I wonder if this nut would actually fit in the Diana one, but yeah, we'll check that at some point. So we have a XT30 connector, so you can put different batteries in this, and the battery is quite small. There's plenty of space for a bigger battery in there, which is nice. Yeah, there's plenty of movement in there. So it does come with a basic charger. These are actually really cheap. You get these with a lot of cheap gel wall blasters and stuff, and like cheap Nerf guns. I don't recommend charging this with it because I know it's an ion battery, but just for safety reasons, I've got a smart charger I can use this with. So yeah, let's get this charged up and let's get testing. Let's see what this blast is all about, because I've watched videos on this, but it's been a little while and I wanted to get my own interpretations of it, so I haven't watched any videos prior to this to like refresh myself. So we're going to this sort of fresh and brand new into this. Again, this is British guys testing out something American, which I know is quite rare in the community. A lot of the reviews that you see of this will be from Americans and Canadians. So yeah, let's go check this out. Okay, so now this is the portion of the video where we're testing the range of this. As you guys know, it takes me about a week to edit and do videos. Really bad news. The black and white cat that was in my videos, pretty much all my videos recently, in the past year or two, she's passed away. So that's both of my girl cats now passed away. So it's been really, really, really hard for me to get this video made. I've been recording parts, taking breaks. It's been a hell. It's been hell recently. So I'm sorry about the delay of getting this out, but yeah, at least I've actually managed to do some testing on this here and there. And just before I shoot, I actually think this is probably one of the best sidearms other than the Diana. Like, if the Diana didn't exist, this would probably be up there because it's cheaper than the Nightingale. You get about the same sort of performance, and you can turn this into an SMG with a stock. This is more like a Mach 10 or a Mach 11 kind of size compared to the Diana. But anyway, we'll test the range. Safety's off, and we'll just do some single shots first. So we're hitting the target every time. It's not dropping or anything. It's pretty good. I mean, you can see that. The lighting is pretty bad in here. I live in an apartment and this light out here stopped working, so I've had to set up my own little lights. We'll go for the white up there. We'll go for that part just so you can see it. So it hits it, and there's a few more darts left. So yeah, I think this is a really good performer. You can see you can get single shots off of it quite easily. Much easier to hold like this, actually, I found. So It's not dead on like the Diana. I've noticed the Diana is a bit more accurate. This kind of hits in an area which is good enough for an Earth War. Human-sized target, you know, chest and legs and stuff, you're definitely going to hit them. This isn't like a super accurate, pinpoint accurate blaster. I'm able to hit the doorknob over there. It's literally like there, you probably can't see it. But it's pretty far away and a pretty small target. So it's hard to hit with most blasters that fire full auto like this. But yeah, I'm able to do it with certain blasters, but not this one. But this is definitely accurate enough. I will say it's accurate enough, which is all you need really. And it's got a good rate of fire as well. So if you miss, you get another chance to hit again. So definitely worth it, I think. So yeah. I thought I'd just check out the eyewear as well. So they have adjustable straps, which is good, and also they fit over my glasses, which is really good as well. That's what I was expecting, hopefully, you know, hoping for them, so that's great. Doesn't have any of the trademarks on though. I mean, but they're alright, I guess. Got this in a holster, got my battery in there. It's not too weighty with the battery in either. I see why they picked like a fairly small battery. I'm going to be testing the darts it came with, and also some Gen 2 high-ends as well, because as you guys know, if you know anything about darts, these types of darts do not work very well with flywheelers. You'll get a bit more accuracy without the bamboo effect on them, so we're going to test that and just see if it's any better. But we'll try the darts it came with first. I will say the mag release is pretty good. Much easier in left-handed because you can just squeeze your finger and close and drop the mag. Right-handed, it's a little bit harder to reach it, but you can still hit it. They tried to extend it as much as they could, but yeah. So safety's on that side. See, it doesn't rev or pull the trigger. Safety's off. So the rev up time is pretty quick. It pretty much revs to full rev within a couple of seconds. When you hear the motors like mellow out, where they reach a certain RPM and they both sound the same speed, that's when they've reached the highest speed. I notice a lot of nerfers in the community will take flywheelers and immediately pull the trigger with the rev trigger. They don't let it rev up to the maximum rev. So I do recommend just holding the rev trigger a little bit longer before you pull the trigger. To anyone out there that doesn't. So we'll try and shoot semi-auto burst from it. Let's see if we can do that. Very easy to do that. But quite a lot of power. They're bouncing back. I'm using an earth target as well. And the full auto is quite snappy. You can see we're getting like 2 shots off quite easily. The first time shooting this, and I can already stage the trigger to get 2 shots off. Let's see if we can do 3. Only got 1 part left, so. Quite a good rate of fire though. It's almost as fast as a Diana. There will be another video on that, shooting them both together and just showing the rate of fire. But this is the review on the Venom Pro first. So now we're going to try out Gen 2 high-ends. See how they were. Yeah. These are a little bit more precise than the darts it came with, but those bamboo darts could be used in the Nexus Pro X and all the other Springers way more effectively. Yeah, the rev trigger's nice because you can aim it and then just slightly squeeze a bit harder and it revs. So it's a lot better than having a rev trigger on the bottom. I do think that. And I was quite surprised at how short the trigger was too. So yeah, it's got a nice trigger pull on there. I was quite surprised at that. We'll say as well that these mags feel really nice to load, they're really smooth. Even like when they're nearly full, they're pretty easy to load, and they just feel nice to load as well, as you can see. So there we go. Had an idea, you could probably just tape these or glue these together and have a flip mag where you go like that. Kind of like a jungle style mag, but slightly different. Yeah, the grip is massively oversized. You can get all 5 fingers on there, and I've got quite large hands, and even with that, it still feels good. Pretty quiet as well. It's not too loud for what it is. It's definitely a bit slower than the Diana, but again, you're not getting the same performance as the Diana just because of the price. But for the price, I mean, it's pretty good. You can see it's really quick to shoot. Accurately to shoot as well. I don't even have to use the sights. I can just shoot from the hip with this thing. The sights are on as well, considering. I'm quite surprised. Yeah, I think the kits to turn this into like a rifle would be quite good. I think a stock on this and along the forend would be quite nice, because you can get somewhere shots, 2 shots, 3 shots. Yeah, don't notice any heat building up, but that's probably just due to the good airflow. I do find that you can kind of, I don't know how I keep doing it, but as I insert the mag, I can like insert it wrong. Can't really reproduce that for some reason. I think the only plus side I would say is having a safety on both sides would be quite good. And having it a bit further down, because you've got to really reach up to hit it. It makes you actually hit the grip safety when you do it. So, yeah, it's definitely not the most intuitive safety, but it's there for a legal reason. They probably don't even intend you to use the safety anyway. The question is, does it actually hurt to be shot by this? Let's actually shoot this out up close. A little bit of a sting up close, not too bad. I mean, can't really see anything, so yeah, pretty good. Would I recommend? That is the question in this video. I would. If you're on a budget and you can't afford the Diana or a Nightingale, this literally fills that niche. Having a motorized secondary is actually quite important if you're serious about competitive games. Because if your primary goes out, all you got to do is fire. As soon as you pull out of the holster, you can fire. So you don't have to sit there priming anything or pumping anything back. You can engage targets as soon as they come at you, which is quite good for a last-ditch secondary item. Or even a third. If you put this on a sling, this can be a third gun blaster. But yeah, the colour scheme is quite cool as well. You can see why they called it Venom. It's got a different colour scheme to some of the other stuff, sporting the green. So yeah, I would rate this a 4 out of 5. I think it's amazing. I think, like I say, it fills that niche of people who don't have the money already. And again, if you live in the US, it's something that you just buy off the shelf. If you have any problems with it, you don't have to mod it, you don't have to do anything like that. If you're not up to doing that, you can just take it back and get another one. So that is the plus side of, you know, just buying stuff on a store shelf. Of course, it does spoil people. You know, the people will be getting stuff like this on store shelves, and then that also means that like normal pro stuff, or just normal Nerf stuff, I should say, doesn't hold up to the pro standard stuff. I'm not sure if stores actually follow the guidelines, because I know it says 14 and up on the box, but I don't know. I think if an 8-year-old went to the counter with this and bought it, I think they could. I don't think that anyone would stop them. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. Does it have like an age thing restriction come up when you're going to buy it? Does it come up saying that it needs to be like verified by a member of staff? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, because over here for energy drinks you have to be 16, so when you scan those it has to be verified by a member of staff. So I'm just wondering if this does too for you guys. So just let me know in the comments. Other than that, it's got a cool style to it. Obviously it's not got a real steel shape to it, which is good. It does state on the back of the box that it does, but that's just following any sort of all laws and stuff, just to make sure they've got their backs coloured. But this doesn't really look like a real firearm, in my opinion. I mean, we haven't gotten to this stage yet of firearms. Maybe in another 50 to 100 years we might. But yeah, it's great. It's a great sidearm. It's got a lot of features packed into it. Yeah, you can do a lot with this. And like I say, Xbox Games and some other places, they sell kits to this. And you can turn this into different blasters if you want. Kind of like with the Diana too, so, and the Nightingale. So it does share a lot of things. So it's a mass-produced Nightingale, from what I can see. Even the shape is kind of very similar. So yes, would I recommend? Yes, and I rate this a 4 out of 5. It's just very, very good. I was quite skeptical of the grip safety style setup, but it does work quite well. So yeah, and it also, this style of safety rev trigger also gets people to hold the gun properly too. You don't see people holding the blaster like this, like most people do with some pistols. They actually hold it all the way up like you're supposed to. So very, very good. There isn't really much, like I say, I could improve on this really. So it would get 5 out of 5, but like I say, nothing is perfect. You could nitpick and say maybe this could be a bit quieter. It's not super loud, but it could be quieter, I guess, if you want to nitpick. The front sight does feel a little bit cheap, but it does do its job. And it does come with a rail at least as well. Other than that, I think it's great. And also you can put SCAR devices in here, SCAR barrels, to lower the FPS slightly, and I don't know if it fully increases the accuracy just because it's so good already. But yeah, so thanks for watching guys, comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.